I know what will save Star Wars: recasting the original trilogy characters. Right? Am I right? That's sarcasm. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to EBN. So glad that you were here. We are live every Saturday night at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Come and join us on our live show. Been doing it for 4 years. We got the best people on YouTube. It is awesome. Now, what are we talking about? We are talking about recasting the original trilogy characters. Who are we talking about there? Mainly Han, Luke, and Leia. As you are all aware, Han Solo has already been recast in the Solo movie. Didn't go very well either, I might add. And now there is a new report saying that Princess Leia specifically will be recast for next year. Let's look and see what exactly they're saying. The article begins, "It's almost impossible to imagine anyone filling the shoes of Princess Leia other than Carrie Fisher. The beloved actress sadly passed away in 2016, but her iconic Star Wars character lives on in the hearts of fans and, though currently off screen, in the franchise itself." Now, when's the last time that we've even heard of Princess Leia? So funny that they're talking about this right now, because for the very first time in Disney Star Wars history in the live-action shows, 3 seasons of The Mandalorian, you got Kenobi, well actually, let's eliminate Kenobi, my bad. You got Mandoverse shows, also includes the Book of Boba Fett. All of these things, all of this universe in a post-Return of the Jedi Star Wars world, Star Wars galaxy. They've never mentioned Princess Leia until most recently in the last Ahsoka episode. For the very first time, Star Wars is finally acknowledging the heroes of the rebellion, the people who should be front and center, and they're just now mentioning their names. C-3PO shows up, and they're saying that it's possible next year we're going to get a brand new person playing Princess Leia. Carrie Fisher portrayed Leia in 6 of the 14 Star Wars films. First in the original trilogy films, Star Wars episodes 4, 5, 6, and then obviously in the terrible trash sequel trilogy. Over 3 decades later, she would return for the sequel trilogy films. While it's only been 4 years since we last saw Fisher Leia on screen, eventually Star Wars may have to put Leia back in live action. After all, we've seen Luke Skywalker appear in the Mandoverse twice. Leia has only been name-dropped twice in Ahsoka, which takes place a few years after Return of the Jedi, so she's definitely around. You don't say. She's definitely around. No crap. Well, here's the problem. Let me go ahead and interject this. The problem is, years have passed and you haven't addressed this yet, because Lucasfilm under Disney has been horribly mismanaged. The only thing that they got right was bringing Luke in Chapter 16 in the way that they did that. But the fact that we haven't gotten a Princess Leia moment in any of these shows the horrible planning, horrible thought process of Lucasfilm under Disney. No doubt about it. I mean, keep in mind, these are the same people that gave us 3 new Star Wars movies, and they didn't even put Han, Luke, and Leia together one single time. So as far as this recast goes, it's too late. You have already squandered your opportunity. You have already damaged Star Wars to the point where it can't be salvaged by you. Shows like Ahsoka constantly ask viewers to believe they're connected with the Star Wars movies, which is why they're usually cameos, references, and Easter eggs galore. In a way, they've become almost obsessed with the idea of making sure we know their canon. Totally disagree with that. They act like the original trilogy never even happened by leapfrogging over it with Dave Filoni, Clone Wars era, prequel trilogy era Star Wars. So no, I totally disagree with that completely. And then they say, but constantly name-dropping a character without delivering the goods will eventually wear thin. Well, again, they haven't constantly done it. They've only done it twice. I would say that the fandom is more anticipatory on them bringing in those characters. I mean, I said it from the get-go with Ahsoka. If they don't give us a Han, Luke, Leia moment, which Disney Star Wars hasn't done yet since 2012, not one single time, then this show is a failure. Period. They say, as for recasting a character, especially one like Princess Leia, also has disadvantages because you're asking the viewer to suspend their disbelief even more. And then they've got the picture there of Han Solo from Solo, played by Alden, whatever his name is. Totally forgettable for me. Sorry, because the movie was straight trash. So yeah, I agree. It definitely is tough when you recast. Deep faking is the best thing that they've done. The way that they had Luke in The Mandalorian, after Shamook showed up and fixed it. Shamook showed you what he could do. He's the famous deep faker. He showed you what he's capable of doing, but Shamook doesn't even work for Lucasfilm anymore. He has taken another job and left the company. So, but deep faking, again, is the best option, in my opinion, if you're going to include the characters at all. However, I'm actually a proponent of getting away from the characters because Disney has proven over and over again that they just can't get it right. They have changed the flavor of Star Wars to where it is, for many of us, no longer Star Wars. It's just something else. Because Star Wars isn't something that is mid. Star Wars isn't something that is marginal or adequate. Star Wars is something that is great. And what Disney has given us is not great in any regard. Are you in favor of recasting the original trilogy characters, or would you rather see them just move on in the story and get away from the original trilogy and make Star Wars about something else? I don't know. It's definitely a catch-22. If you're going to bring in the original trilogy characters in any way, whether it's a recast, deepfake, or whatever it is, you have to handle that with extreme care, because so far they haven't shown an ability to do that, and they've just damaged the brand, and they know they've damaged the brand. Anyways, let me know in the comments what you think. We are Echo Base Network. We will see you guys on the next one.